Happy New Year and thank you for following my channel Inspire and Random. And if you're watching this on any other platform such as Instagram or TikTok, I have many more videos just like what you're about to watch on my YouTube channels. So if you like what you're about to see, do subscribe to me on YouTube too. Alright, so for today's video, first of all I want to give a shout out to Min Pak, who has been giving great content about manifestation. Here are two quotes from one of his 3-month-old videos that really spoke to me. My body is a manifestation of how much I wanted it, and how rich I am is the manifestation of how much I wanted it. In this video, I want to talk about thinking, beliefs, and actions, how they're related and how they're different. First of all, you can think about something, you can be interested, you can have some thoughts of what it would be like to be rich, what would it be like to be fit. But without having belief systems in place that it will support you toward becoming rich or becoming fitter, these thoughts will not manifest in anything. When I created my Instagram account, when I created my TikTok, although I post all kinds of random stuff, but it was actually a platform for me to monitor the changes in myself, the changes in my body, the changes of how I went from flat to fit. As you know, over the weekend, it was like the New Year weekend. I don't know whether to say opportunity or misfortune, but I met up with an old friend, a good friend, and he happened to be with a bunch of people that I used to hang out with that I stopped hanging out with. The reason why I didn't hang out with this group of people was because their priorities in life, their belief systems are different from mine. You see, after the New Year's countdown, I was wondering where else I could go. I didn't want to go home just yet. This good friend of mine, he has a tendency to hang out in various places. He's the go-to person when it comes to hanging out. So I said, hey, where are you at? After a while I went down, I met him and his wife, not expecting that they will also be with this other bunch of people that I chose to stop hanging out with. So I said hi to the various people, but after a while I felt very out of place.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals!
I could possibly even do another video with the title something like, what was the result of going monk mode for 1 year? That will give you some ideas about that little encounter. But I didn't like the vibe. As much as I didn't want to go home so early, but it was also way past my bedtime, or the bedtime that I've gotten used to. Overall, was it fortune or misfortune? Well, when I reflect on it, actually it's still okay because it was good to see how I've progressed compared to them. And this actually comes in to fit in with today's video of thinking, beliefs, and actions. Many people think they want to be rich, but their belief systems may not support the thinking that they have. Yes, they may want to be rich. I could not imagine, like, this group of people, they have actually invited me to work with them on different things. But here's one point that I learned about through the years. Work with people who have the same belief systems as you, who live the same kind of schedules as you. If people you work with frequently wake up late, have hangovers, not in time for appointments, and they invite you over to have work meetings but eventually result in house parties, getting sloshed, and sometimes unsavory characters who bring banned substances along. Number one, it's not good for health. Number two, obviously it's going to distract you from your work, right? From that experience, I realized that outwardly, I looked younger and fresher, even though in terms of age, I'm senior than most of them on that table. And at the same time, many of them gained weight, started balding, look a lot of stress on their face, more wrinkles, more sagging skin. They did not look truly happy. They only look happy probably because of the alcohol high, maybe even a substance high. On the other hand, like having stepped away from this group, going on monk mode for the good part of a year, I've been sleeping early, waking early, or sometimes if I had to sleep late because working different time zones, I made it a point to take like power naps throughout the day, also with using special frequencies and meditations to basically to make up for the lack of sleep with high quality uninterrupted deep sleep. Let's talk about beliefs for a bit. Many people watching this video probably are watching this because you're looking, how can I benefit from these advice if I'm not rich, if I'm not successful? There's a huge difference in perceiving what is your present. Like, for example, if not yet a millionaire, would I also be correct to say my million is on the way? Would that make sense to you? My success is on the way. I am working towards my first million. When it comes to spending money, came across a good channel. I will put a picture here so that you guys can check it out too. She made a very good point. A simple switch in thinking, let's say if you're paying for stuff, how to go from a perception of lack into a perception of abundance. When you're paying for something, maybe you had a parking fine, maybe you have to buy school books for your kids for the new year and it's quite a bit of money. Maybe the home installments interest rate went up. Home mortgage has gone up to $1,500 a month. But it's okay, I'm rich. The school books this year cost $120. It's okay, I'm rich. This little message to yourself gives you idea of possibility. You probably also heard of the I can't afford it to how can I afford it mindset switch. You have heard in many of my videos by now that I've been living by one main mantra: everything will inevitably work out in my favor. Couple that along with my million is along the way. I want to give a shout out to the channel on YouTube, Fearless Motivation. There's one track that I remember clearly: the results will come. As long as you believe, you put on the actions, the results will come. The success that you desire will come because you have been showing up. You have been putting in the hours. You have been putting in the effort. You've been putting in the constant thinking on how to enhance and grow skills and developments in this area that you want to work on in life. You will inevitably be successful from the vested interests that you have put into your life. There's a huge difference between thinking and belief. Success also leaves clues. Think about the time when Roger Bannister, he broke the 4-minute mile. After he did, over the next few years, hundreds of people also did. Many of you out there have probably also gone into some form of trading and investing because you heard about that one friend that did really well. Well, even though you may or may not have gotten a good result as he did, but it made you believe that it is possible. For me, like I mentioned earlier in this video, I keep a TikTok account and an Instagram to keep track of my fitness progress. And when I look at my past and my present fitness results, it enhances my belief every single day that if I could go from this to this, I can now go from this to this. Success leaves clues. I mentioned in an older video on this YouTube channel as well. Why is it that many of the successful people have a good physique? You may have also heard many coaches online, they've been sharing, get a good physique, put in the hours at the gym for the men especially, because your body reflects discipline, and that aura around you is able to separate out the people that come towards you, who want to come into your life. Because when they see it, they know for themselves, if this is the guy I want to be with, this is the amount of discipline that I need to have in my life. There's already a perception of the belief systems they need to have and the actions in their daily life that they need to have to be part of your life. I also mentioned in my previous videos, having a high minimum standard and constantly raising your minimum standard. This is something I learned from Regan Hillier's program. Really, I loved it. My minimum standard is to drive a European performance car. It could be an older model, but the feel when I drive it is way better than those newer, possibly more durable, boring Japanese cars. For all those of you who are watching this video not just to learn, but also to enhance your belief systems. And you have your goals, your manifestation goals that you're still working on. I want to remind you, for all those seeds that you have been sowing, it is done. It is done. It is done. The results will come. They are on the way. They will show up in ways that are totally unexpected to you. The universe, or God that you believe in, has greater plans for you than you can possibly imagine yourself on how these results will show up. Keep an open mind to be ready to receive when they come. My million is on the way. My success is on the way. It's only the beginning of 2024. Let this be your best year yet. Thank you. Leave a like beneath this video. Thank you for following. Have a great year ahead. Inspire at Random, signing out.